Yeah, if somebody want to watch it later, they can also do that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
So it's getting started in a while.
Yeah, if somebody want to
Yeah,
watch it later, they can also do that, right?
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So it's getting started.
Yeah, if somebody want to
Yeah,
watch it later, they can also do that, right?
so yeah. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's live session. I am Sunena from Girls Bus. For those who are here for the first time, Girls Bus is a platform that is committed to being the voice of change. Here we also share the unique journeys
Hello
of
everyone.
all
Welcome
the
to
women
today's live
around.
session.
I am Sunena from Girls Bus. Today we have with us Gopika Nandu, who is a triathlete.
Hi,
With a,
Sunena.
with a passion for sports, she is also India's youngest super randonneur. Welcome, Gopika.
Thank you so much. It's my
So,
absolute pleasure to join Girls Bus.
yeah, we are also glad to have you here today.
Thank you so much. It is like a platform like Girls Bus is so important for the upcoming society, for the
Yeah,
girls in and around India, over the world, to be empowered, to come into new things, to try out new things, and be into the front, be the future leaders.
yeah,
So Girls Bus is a good platform. It actually helps the people, and it's really good. Girls supporting each other, coming into holding hands each other, and also I really appreciate the people behind Girls Bus and the idea behind it actually.
yeah. Thank you so much. Yes, we definitely need more spaces where like women can support each other and like encourage each other's journey.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, let's hear from you about your life journey today. So, firstly, please introduce yourself.
Sure. Myself, Gopika Nandu. I'm a corporate professional by career into project management and business analytics, but moreover, I'm a triathlete mountaineer by passion. So, and I also am the India's youngest super randonneur. Super randonneur is actually it's the longest cycling ride. So we get this title by doing 200 kilometers cycling, 300, 400, and 600 in a calendar year actually. So this title is actually given by a club named Audax. Audax is basically from France. As you all know, France is the main city of cycling and the Tour de France and all, like everybody know about it. So Audax is from France, and like they actually have the wings over different countries. So we get the medals from Audax, France and all. So I actually did it when I was 21. Yeah, that was before COVID. Actually, COVID had taken away 2 3 years, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah. So and most of them doesn't know what is triathlon. Triathlon is basically running, cycling, and swimming. So it's a one single sport where we do three of them together. It's basically an endurance game where you should do things like for a long time, long distance. So that is what is triathlon is. And I am specifically into Ironman. Ironman is basically like uh, the full Ironman is known as the world's toughest human endurance race, actually. So once you complete that, the whole cycle, you really get that title. So I'm currently into short triathlons, and but I'm training for the Ironmans in future. Like maybe in another 1 year, I'm trying for it. So that's what about, like, the sports thing which I am doing. And like, in swimming also, in the triathlon you should do pool swimming and also open water swimming, that is in the oceans, lakes, whatever the water bodies, you should be ready to do it. So, and running, yeah, of course, in all terrains, it's not that easy as we think. It's like sometimes it's hilly, sometimes it's flat, sometimes it's rolling and all. So in cycling, running and all, will be the training pattern is different for each sports, and combining these three into the regular life is kind of a challenging thing. But I'm a bit sporty by nature, so I accommodate all things together, and I try to do, manage things pretty well. And also, including with the sports, diet is also very important. So like I somehow manage this. So this is about the sports background. And about myself, I'm from Trivandrum, basically, but currently in Bangalore. So, and also I'm an artist on top of it, which like I like different Indian arts, which like these things, like I somehow manage it to do it together, and that's what like I'm all about, kind of.
Yeah, that's great to hear. There are like so many different things going on in your life, and like it's quite inspiring to know that. Yeah. So our next question is, we came across we went through your profile and saw that you are a triathlete, and like not it's not very often we come across a triathlete.
Mhm.
Yeah. So can you tell more? Can you tell us more about that? Like, what inspired you to start your journey?
Sure. So I'm basically from an Orthodox family where, like, I'm from Kerala, and where, the girls doesn't do sports from an Orthodox family and all. They can't accept it. So during my school time onwards, I used to do sports, but I couldn't do it, into the main front because of the, facilities which is available in a rural area, which is like there was no family support, and there was like no support was given, actually. You were supposed to wear short clothes and for the sports, and also for a Orthodox family it was kind of a very big deal, and I didn't got any support during my school days. So after 18, actually, I still had the passion for it, and I wanted to do it, and I used to read a lot, where I came to know about long distance running, long distance cycling, where people doing it after a certain age, in like especially in India perspective, the problem is like after 18 you are supposed to do focus on, as a girl you are supposed to do something else. But when I came to know, I thought, okay, why can't I do it, actually? So after 18 you are independent, you are alone, like you can take decisions as per your terms and all. So along with my studies and work and all, I decided to take up sports, and I started running. I was like just a short distance runner during the school days. I think back in 2013, I started long distance running, and it was just 1 kilometer, then like 2 kilometer, then it's 5, then it's 10. Then it increased to 21, 40 to 60. So far, my best is 60 in ultra running. So it's a journey. So I just started with the long distance running. Then I came into the cycling in 2016, where in the per sake in the cycling sake, you should have a cycle, you should invest things on it. But for running, you just need a pair of sneakers, okay? You don't need anything. Anybody with a pair of shoes can run, actually. But in cycling, actually, it required some sort of investment. But somehow, I used to work from my, early age onwards. So, and I invested into a good cycle, and I started cycling also. And it is all well planned. Okay, nothing happened surprise in my life. I wanted to do things, so I did it. So this is not a surprise or things which is which happened all of a sudden. It was a long process. You really need to have patience, and you really need to accept ups and downs, because this is not as easy, like as it looks, actually. when in swimming also, I was not even a swimmer. I started swimming at the age of from the year of 2016 along with cycling. For the Sundays and all with the friends, I just, jump into the pool kind of. I couldn't even imagine a, open water or a sea or something like that. As I told earlier, it's a process. You need to trust the process. You need to plan very well, train for it. And it's like, step by step, you will get into, the real sport. The only thing is you should enjoy the process. If you are too focused on result, and if you're too worried about result, that's not the beauty of the sport. And it's not like over a sun, over a day, or over the sunset or sunrise, like you get the result. It's not like that. So in the triathlon sport and the long distance running, like the marathon, cycling, and the swimming, which I do, is like it's a long time process where you train for long time, very long time in fact. And it depends on your physical capability, your diet, your lifestyle, your sleep, your stress. It's a combination of everything. So you can't, predict anything as such. Even if I'm trained well, but on the day of the event, if I'm not getting a good sleep, or something happens, you can't perform. Like the result won't come. So it's like the journey is like full of ups and downs. It's not full of success and glory and stuff like that. It's a lifestyle, I would say. uh from 2013 till date, sports is part of my life. Even if I do focus on the career, studies, or whatever the thing which I do, I make sure that some part of time is there for sports, because it's my passion. My love for sport was there actually. And where this is like for me, if I'm telling, nobody's there to motivate me and stuff like that. Girls doing sports after an age is not that easy in our country. I'm very sorry to say that, especially now the things are changing, but still there are there are many problems which girls face coming into the sports. Especially I'm telling, like running, you run in the early morning, so safety perspective and stuff like that. And of course, swimming also, like in the open water, you need to plan things ahead actually, and you have to do a lot of homework to execute these things. So for me actually, like I actually would like to inspire girls who's still have the passion to do things, who still wanted to do things what they actually love, what they really wanted to do. Nothing will stop you. If you really want to do things will happen. You just need to plan and execute it. And as Paulo Coelho had said in Alchemist, if you really have a passion, the whole world will conspire for it, the whole universe will conspire for you. So that's what my journey told me actually, teach me actually. So the thing is, like, I didn't had any support from the family or anybody actually, but I got the right support at the right time from different people. Because this sport, this things, it was not done alone actually. I got support from different people that I didn't even know actually. So this is kind of like, if you really have a passion for it, things will come for you. And that's what my journey is all about. Because triathlon is, it's a, training three sports in a week, almost like it's a tough thing. So if you really want to do something, that's what my point is. Like, if you really want to do something, things will happen. And trust the process and be consistent. And don't focus on the result. Enjoy the process. Even for me, only success things are always written everywhere, like for the newspaper articles, like for the talk. It's everywhere, it's success. But I would tell you, like, it's not about success. For me, that failures had teach me, more like a better lessons than success actually. So like success, I cherish failures also. I try to learn from it, push myself, motivate myself. The sports is all about, sports had actually, had an effect on my personal life also. Like the perseverance which I have, if even if I feel down, that self motivation to do the next thing, such sort of thing, sports will actually do wonders on your personal life, your outlook towards life. So the entire journey of triathlon, mountaineering, and stuff had teach me different lessons in personal life also. Sports is not only about your body, your physical strength and all. It's about mental strength also. When everybody speak about, the physical transformation which they actually got from the sports, I always talk about mental transformation. What I am 10 years back and what I'm right now is completely different. So why sports is inculcated in the school and from the childhood onwards, because sports is like, teaches you many values. Yeah, and it's a lifestyle, I would say. Like till my death, sports is part of my life. It's not like for certain period I had taken this is my life, love for the sports and my love for or passion for that specific thing, and it's part of me. So I don't think I'll give up sports, like, anytime. Like even like my mom asked me, like, and the next year and after next event, will you stop this thing and, like, consider marrying someone or I'll tell, like, okay. I finally, somehow convinced that if Gopika is there, sports is there, like, till the end, till the end of my life. Actually, sports is part of mine, actually. And in abroad and all, it's part of their lifestyle. It's not like you're doing it for something and some like that. So it's part of life. And I'm not telling this to, to take up everyone to be a triathlete or something like that, but mm, being physically active, like, taking up sports, like, a jogging or a yoga or a swimming can actually help you to lead a better life. That is like that's what they, aim of everyone in life. So my triathlon journey had teach me these things, and I had learned these things. And whenever I go for talks, I tell them, like, at least move your body. It actually do wonders on your life, actually, rather than. And I'm not telling everyone to be a super athlete, because everyone can't be, because no, not and everyone's passion is not to be an athlete and all. But moving your body, actually, like, taking up some sports actually changes your life. And it really motivates you, and it really do wonders on your life. That's what I want to tell everyone, like, about sports in general, or in lifestyle in general. Yeah.
You shared so many valuable things like in such a short span of time. I truly believe like it's important to move your body to like yeah
Yeah,
get closer to oneself as well. Definitely.
exactly.
So you were India's youngest super randonneur. So we would like to know more about that as well.
Hmm.
Please share
So
your
that
experience. Yeah.
yeah, so that journey was you know quite I didn't expect that to do at that age. The thing is, like, I was mainly a runner. So cycling, I started in between, and I didn't imagine I could do that much distance at that age without any support, because this randonneuring is basically a self-supported ride. So it's like 600 kilometers, continuously managing the sleep, food, and all. Like, we have to manage that in between, like our own, and including the safety and stuff like that. And we have to meet the control points. So it's like 200, 300, 400, and 600 for these kind of events. There'll be control points in between, and we have to meet those, timing in between, and cross that control point at each given period of time. Otherwise, we'll be disqualified. So cycling, I had started along with the running, so it was not a big challenge, I would say. For me, it was kind of an easy thing to start off very easily, and, like, train and all, because I was into running and swimming, and also it was kind of very comfortable for me initially. And I had started with, of course, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, the 50. I still remember that 100-kilometer milestones and all. I used to cherish even those small milestones, and I prepared for the 200 kilometers. For me, planning was like everything. I plan everything. For a day, a day ahead itself, I used to plan my day. I mean, for cycling, for the training, we have to get up early. for the running, actually, like the effort is not needed. But for the cycling, your cycle needs to be ready. So you have to clean the cycle and, oil up things, and gear should be, tight and intact and kind of stuff like that. And you should have proper lighting in the cycle, water carrier and stuff like that. You have to plan things ahead. So it was kind of a bit of an effort in the beginning, but then I started loving it. I started taking care of my cycle, and I'm so attached to my cycle. In fact, I actually currently own three cycles. There are different cycles. So for the randonneuring, I use the road bike. It's a Scott. So that was actually it's a road bike. You can actually use hybrid bikes and all. So initially, when I was doing in Kerala, also there were no woman doing this kind of long distance cycling. So but the people around you definitely will support, like when you start something like that. I also got support from the local cycling community. We actually have a club named Trivandrum Bikers Club. So I was part of that club, and they had really supported me to take up cycling, to do the events and stuff like that. And 200 kilometers, well, I still remember my first 200 kilometers. Also, it was like each checkpoints I had written the timelines, at what time I should take break and all, and that sort of planning I had did it, and I pretty well I had executed. And that was in one calendar year, and the next, like for the ODAX, there is a calendar year. It's like an October to September kind of is called a one calendar year. So you have to complete 200, 300, 400, 600 in that certain calendar year to get super and on your title. So the next calendar year I had actually did 200 and 300. And what happened was, in the 400 event, I couldn't do it. And the when I did, I reached till 325 kilometer, and I couldn't meet the last checkpoint. I still remember, and I talked to that coordinator, saying that, see, that as per the timeline I can't meet it, because it was all hilly, and I knew that I couldn't meet it, and I stopped at 325. And that was kind of a disappointment, and I thought, okay, this is not my cup of tea, then I should stop it. Kind of at that point, I actually stopped it, and I didn't try it 400 again. This was during the start of the calendar year, and during the end, towards the end, I actually thought a lot about it. And I thought, why can't I do it? Why am I procrastinating, or why am I thinking negatively about it because of one single failure? And during that time I was just 2021, and also I wasn't even and it was alone also. So I was I was not ready on that time. And I still remember, I was thinking, whenever others ask me, like, why are you not doing the 400 and 600? Because with the other two events you can do that. And my club members were also asking, you were like, you can do this, and they were encouraging me. And finally, with the support of everyone, and I made up my mind, and I did 400 successfully. And within that calendar year actually was ending soon, and within 1 week I had tried 600 also. So with the two weeks ka gap, I did 400 and 600, and finished it before the calendar year successfully, actually. So it's like, with the support of everyone, it's about mental strength, I would say. I was just telling, it's not about physical strength alone. People think that for sports, you have a good physique. If you have a good physical this thing, you can really do it. Actually, it's not like that. Physical thing is only 30 to 40%. It's all about your mental strength, how much mental endurance you have, especially about this kind of sports. For long distance sports, it's about the mental endurance. So I would say, if you're a person with mental strength, definitely you can there are many people who do cycling. They are not that physically flamboyant, and that sort of person. But with the mental strength, actually, you can do sports. You do long distance sports, of course. It's not like few people can do it. Everybody from the normal background. I come from a very normal background. Everybody thinks that my family is from sports, so nothing. Nobody's nobody had done anything in their life. In fact, they are all government job employees, and also my family doesn't have any background. So for many people think like, we don't have a background. Nobody does that. For me, nobody is into this. It's like, I'm the first one to do it in my family also. So it's all about your planning, your confidence, your journey and all. So anybody can do it, I would say. Anybody can do it. I'm telling you, if you are watching this video, uh, it's like if you want to do any sports, don't procrastinate, or don't think that you can't do it. Actually, if you want to do it, plan, like do some sort of homework, talk to people, reach out to people. There are people who really help you to like if you really want to do something regarding to cycling, swimming, or running, you can actually like message me on Instagram or wherever the platform. I really reply to people who want to know about that specific thing. So reach out to people. There are people out there to help you, and if you really want to do something, you can do it. That's what about my super and honoring journey.
Yeah, definitely. With like true passion and good will, like strong will, I think it can be done.
Yeah.
So our next question is that we have noticed that you have traveled to so many different countries from Paris to Amsterdam. So do you consider traveling as your passion?
See, for the sports, actually, like for the triathlon events and all, it's basically very famous, and especially Ironman events, it's very famous in abroad, like Ironman context in different countries and all. So I'm yet to go for Ironman. Like as of now, I'm like training for it because of the COVID and all. It really affected my training schedule and stuff like that. So it is also in different countries, and I'm a curious learner. More than sports, I learn for my career. I continuously learn things. So for that, for the sports, for the learning, for everything, I travel. Travel actually gives you a new outlook about the world. The opportunities out there is huge, and it actually like meeting people, culture, food. It's like a lot of knowledge out there. So it's like I'm not traveling for like leisure kind of thing. I travel with a purpose, maybe for some sort of course or some sort of small events. And also in future, I am planning to travel for Ironman events. So it's like I travel with a purpose, at least about knowing a place first of all. So most of the European countries, like when we visit, it's an architecture. It's rather than seeing it, I'm into knowing about the style of architecture. What is the history behind it? Some sort of curiosity is always there in my gene, maybe. So in my travel, it's always like it's about learning new things and stuff like that, and it really helped me you know um to be what I am. And I would actually ask young women to travel, as much as possible before you settle down, or get into some things actually. So, and also after getting into that also, it's like you can really travel alone also. I mostly my travel is always alone only, so I don't travel with anyone. Mostly it's alone. I'm like and also there also it's about planning. Don't jump into things, and don't waste your money and all. So plan things and execute it well. For everything, I would suggest, don't think that only planned things will happen. You should be ready for unplanned things also, but planned things actually help you to know to be on a track, to focus on things, whether in sports, whether in life, whether in travel also. And try to do homework, both in travel, both in life and all. Try to do homework, and you can easily travel. And for me, it's all like even the budget and like what to see. And in the internet, it's available everything actually. Even the now the AIs will give you an itinerary also, ready itinerary in your hand. So and you can like I mean I would actually like uh suggest like the young girls out there to travel as much as possible, like at least inside the India. I would say it's like a lot of culture, and like even I used to train in Himachal for the hill running and trail running. So that was also another experience, I would say. Rather than the European Paris, Amsterdam travel and all, inside the India, I got different experience in different states. So rather than cherishing the European travel or the Dubai or the Spain and all, I actually cherish the different Indian state travels. The culture, what really we have is like, not explored really well. So if you are in, at least if you can't travel abroad with like, considering the budget, time and all, I actually want you to think about traveling in India inside first. With budget, you can really do that. It's not that costly and all. So travel actually like transforms you as a different person. Your outlook towards life, your many things will evolve over the time if you are traveling actually. So if you are really looking forward to that, don't think about it and just do it. That's it. Don't think too much, I would say. Just travel and explore the life and be happy.
Yeah, definitely. That's really true. Like traveling is a great opportunity to like get introduced to new things and new learning. And it also opens up certain things about our own life that ourselves were not aware of. Yeah, definitely.
And it's about the people also. You can learn a lot from people. Each
Yeah,
people are
definitely.
like each book. If like I would say that many people had helped me, like equivalent to a book or like something. Like people are also really helpful out there. So when you travel in Europe and
Yeah,
all, only few people know English. Like if you are in France, most of the people speak French and Spanish and all. So, but people out there are helpful. Only thing is
yeah,
like you should know you know what to do at that moment, how to reach out, and also you won't be helpless anywhere even if you don't know the language. So and now the mobile is there, so you don't need to be afraid of taking such challenges in between actually.
yeah,
So I mean, you can actually like do things very easily with the technology what we have right now. So even if you are alone, you can travel easily
yeah.
and do things and all. So just do it. That's it.
So the next thing we have for you is that tell us how a typical day in your life looks like.
Okay, so I'm a morning person. Of course, I'm a sports person, so I should be a morning person because managing sports early morning is an important hour for us. So I wake up like if I'm in a peak training day or if I'm training for an event, I would assume two scenarios here. So if I'm training for an event, I would generally wakes up around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Then I have to prepare myself for the workout. Like I have the pre-workout coffee or something, or maybe if I'm doing a long workout, I have a banana or a bread peanut butter or something like that. Then after around 5ish, I start the workout. Like even if it's cycling or running or swimming, as per the schedule, I do that. Along with that, some days I have to include gym or strengthening workouts. So it will be like around it will be over by 7:38. Then I'll have the breakfast and all. And the daytime, of course, the my career and stuff like that, I have to do that. And evening, since it's a three sports, you have to do it in the morning and evening when you practice for an event. So evening I'll do the another sports. Like if I'm doing cycling in the morning, then I'll do running in the evening. So it's kind of an alternate depending upon the muscle, which is like if you are running, your leg muscles are more activated. So after that, I focus to do swimming next. So after the swimming, the day after I'll do cycling kind of. So it is like you won't overload the muscles kind of. So then evening also I will do the same workout, and I make sure that the diet is managed along with the lifestyle, because when we are into triathlon, we say that it's a four discipline, not three discipline. It's like the fourth discipline is diet. Along with it, I make sure that in a day I drink lots of water. Maintain a portion of everything: protein, fruits, vegetables, and supplements. Also, I use supplements like electrolytes, amino acids, and stuff like that. So along with the, even if I work during the daytime, I make sure that I'm hydrated well. I'm having the supplements on time. I'm eating the food on time. Evening again, I go back to the practice, and then it's my day ends up very early, like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I sleep very early. That's what my day looks like in a peak training time. Or else, even if I'm not on training, also I wake up early, like and then am I still audible?
You are audible. Yeah.
Okay. So even if I'm not practicing, actually, I make sure that I am doing it, doing these three things, and like in a certain pace, actually. So I make sure that I'm running or cycling or swimming in the morning, but not as the intensity which I do for the specific event. For the event practice, the intensity is different. I actually prepare mentally, and the diet and the intensity is kind of very different. We actually do base building, performance, peak performance, tapering kind of. So it'll be like you'll be just like training for that specific event. Even if I'm not practicing for the event, the intensity will be different, but the day structure will be the same, actually. So okay, you will be imagining like okay, this girl doesn't go out or something. Yes, I go out and eat out and all. It's just that you should it's a mindful eating, I would say, where even if you go out, even if I travel a lot. Okay, people think that, okay, how do you manage? I can take a sneakers. Even if I'm not carrying the cycle, I can carry a sneakers, and gym is there everywhere. So it's like, if you really want to do something, nothing stops you. You just need you just need to know what to do. And I skip the sugar as possible, like the carbs control, quantity control. It's not like I'm not eating anything, or I'm not experiencing the good food and all. I actually like to experience new food and stuff like that. So even if I travel, I can make sure that I travel, like carry a running shoes with me, and I run in the morning. And even if I I have a access to the gym, I go to the gym. Or if there is a possibility to swim, I swim that. And if you travel, there are places which rents out cycle, so you can take the cycle and all. So my actually the routine looks same wherever I go, whether it's in India or whether it's anywhere. If you as I told you earlier, if you really want to do something, you can do it. Nothing stops you, actually.
That's great to hear. So the last thing we want to ask you, do you have any message that you want to pass to the viewers who are watching today? And
Yeah,
all
yeah, sure.
who are in their journeys of their own passion.
Yeah, so to the girls out there, if you really want to do things, just do it. Don't think about anything. Don't think negative and stuff like that. You just do it, and you just give it a try, even if it's a failure. For me also, it's nothing comes easy. It's a trial and error. So even if it's a failure, you just try it. And other than sitting back and thinking over about it, just do it. And world is out there, and you have great opportunities out there, and you really can make a difference. So step out of your comfort zone and experience life and do things. That's it. And be happy, of course.
That's great to hear from you. And today, it has been wonderful talking to you today. It's a wonderful session. So thank you, Gopika. We'd like to hear more from you in later phases. And we
Yeah,
also
yeah, I'll sure join you after doing my Ironman things
yeah,
if possible.
sure,
So I'm like eager to do that event and share my experience out to everyone. Actually, the training is actually hectic.
yeah,
It's a really it's really hectic. So I hope I can do it, and I have
yeah,
few plans for the
definitely.
mountaineering stuff also. I like, if I'm making it, I'm definitely coming back again to Girls Bus.
Definitely, yeah. We would like to have you back, and also we have our best wishes for your future endeavors, and thank you so much.
Thanks
So
a
with
lot.
this,
Thanks a lot.
we will end the session today. Bye.